Hello, everybody. How are you? Today, I have tried to club M for Montessori and Parenting 2.0 with Falak and talk about a topic that is very close to my heart personally. And of course, as a parent, especially now during coronavirus and seeing it go nowhere in the recent future at least, we are all stuck in one house together. And one thing that I have talked to all the parents of children in my school is discipline. So the first thing I hear is, Falak, when they are at school, their behavior is so different. How come that at home, their behavior is so completely different and completely something that we don't want them to do, they do at home? Well, I hope you understand that behavior is something that comes from the environment the child is in, and we will talk about that in detail. But first, let me talk about something that many a times we don't notice. Let me ask you a question. Do you get angry? Of course you do. If you don't, you are a superhuman. Congratulations. Do you get agitated? Don't say you don't. Do you get irritated and upset and absolutely bored at times? Do you feel completely helpless at times? Do you feel that the world is not in the world, nothing is happening as per your liking or as per your choice? Our children, believe it or not, go through the same hustle, the same life, and they also experience these things. We at times have a breakdown. We at times talk it out. We at times shout it out. When our children have a breakdown and they shout it out, we call them misbehaved. Do we call ourselves misbehaved as well? Hi, my name is Falak, and for those of you who are new here, I am a Montessori educator. I am a licensed NLP practitioner. I am a parent coach. I am a kids coach, and I love both my aspects of work, my educator role and my coach role. I just love both of them. So today I wanted to discuss about positive discipline, which is a very Montessori term as well, and which is a very Montessori term, I wouldn't say, but a very Montessori form of discipline as well. And positive discipline in itself is beautiful. I did get a feedback for a couple of my videos that I talk a little too fast, the speed. I'm sorry for that. I apologize, and I'm trying to work on it. Please bear with me and keep those feedbacks coming. Maria Montessori said a couple of things which I will discuss here one by one. She said that discipline comes with freedom. In a Montessori environment, if you go to an authentic Montessori environment, there are a lot of freedoms that the child is given. Freedom to choose is one of them. Freedom to work on an activity as long as they want is one of them. Freedom to move around is one of them, among many other things. If you want a complete list, please let me know. Or if you want me to make a video on that topic, do let me know as well. So there are a lot of freedoms that are given to a child once he or she settles down and normalizes in the environment. Slowly and steadily, we offer them freedom to do a lot of things. Any activity, if a child is doing a purposeful activity, then we are not supposed to interrupt or not supposed to distract him with anything. We believe as Montessorians that a child has the capability of regulating himself, of self-regulation. So that again, as parents, we need to trust that the child has that. But are you providing an environment that the child grows up and in and tries to kind of work on that self-regulation which is inside him or her? It's very important to set up the right environment for the child to grow in. That's why when you enter a Montessori, an authentic Montessori, the environment that you see is very different. In a household, these days I'm working with children in their houses thanks to Corona, and I see two children who were absolutely on the same platform when pre Corona are drastically different thanks to their home environment. In fact, two children who the X was performing better in certain aspects than Y, and now Y is slowly picking up thanks to the home environment. Not that I am encouraging any kind of rush as far as children are concerned, but I am just stating facts. We always observe the child and then we work with him or her. So whenever I do something which is unacceptable for me also, I observe myself. Thanks for my Montessori part and my coach part. I observe myself and then take the next step. So we have to be like that with our children as well. Do read about sensitive periods because that is a crucial thing to understand when you're working with children or when you have children of your own. Right now, you're working with them also and you have them at home all the time. So it's all the more important that you do put in a little effort on understanding what does sensitive period mean and try and follow them. I have said it in many videos. Dr. Maria Montessori says that sensitive periods come for a little time, but they stay with your child for a lifetime. That's how crucial they are. That's how important they are. So for you to understand them, I don't say do research. I'm just saying do a little bit of reading. It'll hardly take half an hour of your time and you will understand and appreciate the development, the overall development of the child. Now let's come back to the topic that I was talking about, environment. Make that environment such that the child is curious in that environment. He or she is given the independence to work in that environment, to ask questions in that environment. He or she has access to limited but enough supplies in that environment and has access to it where he or she can try it, learn, develop his or her own learnings and then put it back. If you work with the child or for the child, it'll be for your learning, not the child's. So environment is very important. Let them, give them the opportunity to make mistakes. Making mistakes is a very important step in learning process. So give them an opportunity. I'll tell you a little story. I love stories. So last year around this time, not even 4-year-old was doing pouring activity and she loved doing that. So after all her big work, as our children say, was done, before going home, she wanted to do pouring. And she picked it up. She had been in school for more than a year and a half. She picked it up, she took it. As she was winding up, she tripped, which was not her mistake, and she broke the glasses, which was not her mistake. And because for her it was such a huge thing, she started crying. What was our response? It's okay. We'll all pick it up together and then we'll take the next step. It's okay. Glasses can break. Glass can break. You can break it. I can break it. We will be more careful next time. That was our response. And she didn't hesitate. The next day she came, she took that material and she was all the more careful while winding it up. What do you think her response would have been if I would have shouted at her and reprimanded her for no fault of hers really? 90% of the time, she would never have picked up that activity ever again for a long period of time. Would you want that? Would you want your child's learning to stop and halt because of a little thing that he or she did? And they were not completely responsible for also. They didn't do it intentionally. I would let you answer that question. Give them the opportunity to learn from these mistakes as well. Also, as a Montessorian, as a parent, I always believe in the power of inner motivation. If I put up charts, give them stars, your child will then work for the chart, putting stars and smileys and all that. Your child will never work for your own satisfaction. I have another story to tell here. So I was a new Montessorian. I had not got my certificate yet. It was a couple of years back before I started IELTS while I was doing my course. And I went into this beautiful Montessori. We have this observation where you go into 10 different Montessori house of children and you observe children working and make your report. So I observed one child. She was sitting there with a huge change game material. If you're a non-Montessori child, it's a parent, it's a huge material that takes a long time to wind up and work with. And she kept on repeating. She did a lot of math sums, which she was doing on that. And after she was done, I sat there for 1 hour. She was on it for 45 minutes. Yes. Incredible for a 5-year-old to do that, right? You think that, but it is very common sight in a school which let the child leads and let him or her work basis the inner motivation. Anyway, let's not get distracted. 45 minutes of work and her reaction was, I am not exaggerating. Without any stars, without any good job, yay, you did it, yay, 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 without that, and without anyone even standing on their head and checking because they self-check themselves. So it is that inner motivation that drove her to sit through difficult activity for 45 minutes and then just finish it. And she was so happy. Her face was beaming with pride. No stars, no applause can do that, believe me. So make the environment that your child is in challenging and appropriate for the child. Don't make it so challenging that he or she becomes underconfident. Don't make it so easy for them that he or she don't even show any interest in that activity. We talked about a lot of freedom. We talked about the environment. Another thing that Dr. Mario Montessori stresses on are limits. Yes, limits. 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 To let a child do as he or she likes when he or she has not developed the power of control betrays the very idea of freedom. These are not my words. These are Dr. Montessori's words. I'll repeat it again. To let the child do as he or she likes when he or she has not developed the power to control betrays the very idea of freedom. So here you go. You need to give them a lot of freedom, but these freedom needs to be defined, need to come with a lot of limits. Complete freedom means it will backfire and it will be detrimental for the entire well-being and the entire growth of your child. You consult your pediatrician, they will tell you the importance of schedule. You check with your child's teacher, they will tell you the importance of rules. These are all very simple things that work as those boundaries for the child. If we give complete and total freedom, believe me, your child's development will get affected because of that. Give as much freedom that is needed, that is required, and freedom can get detrimental, as I was saying, if not given within limits. Keep in the environment, keep your basics ready, have some books, have some materials that the child is enjoying. They go by phases. So keep on rotating that material. Don't give him or her a lot of stuff that they don't respect the material. Redirect younger ones. If your child is 1, 1.5, 2, 2.5, redirect them. And discuss with them in very basic language what is appropriate, what is inappropriate. Consistency is important. If my child is hitting me, I will hold and I will say, no, it hurts. Please don't do it. That's not appropriate. Whether they hit me 100 times, I have to hold and say 100 times that, no, please don't do it. This hurts. It's inappropriate. Consistency is important to make the message loud and clear. Give them choices, but give them choices based on their age again. If to a 2-year-old you'll give 10 different things to wear out of, or 10 different food options, chances are they might just play around. But give them 2 options. For an older child, give them 3. Or even older child, you can increase the options. Be at their assistance, be their guides while you're working with your child and schools are closed, but do not work for them. They'll take advantage of that situation. Also, check yourself. If I keep on telling the child, don't shout, don't shout, don't shout. I'm sorry for shouting so much, but I'm not used to that. But yes, if we say, don't shout, like you understand how, like if you shout and say that, the child will not see what I'm saying. The child will also see how I'm saying it. And they will follow what and how you're saying, right? So if I expect my child to respect me, I, to a certain level, have to respect the child I am with. If I want my child not to interrupt me while I'm busy, I would not like the child to interrupt the child while he or she is busy. If I don't want my child to shout at me, I would not shout at them. If I want my child to say sorry when they make a mistake, say thank you when they receive something, I need to follow that and show it to the child. Instead of saying, say thank you, say sorry, do you say thank you when your child gets you a glass of water or gives you a spoon or gives you a book? Do you say sorry when you step on his or her puzzle creation? Please keep that in mind and you will be good to go. Here's hoping you get a lot of patience and a lot of happiness and a lot of good vibes from me to you to deal with these situations that are making things difficult for you, and give them a little credit. They are also human beings. Respect them, and I'm sure things will be easier. A little request, subscribe to the channel if you liked what you saw. Do follow us on Facebook at M for Montessori and Parenting 2.0 with Falak. I am a certified parent and child coach. If you want to know more, please connect with me at connect@parentingwithfalak.in. I work with parents, I work with children, and I work with anyone who's a human being, basically. All right. That's it from me. I hope I did tone down my speed a little. It'll take some more time, I know, but I am working on it. I think in the middle I did kind of speed up a little, but that was completely unintentional. Anyway, do subscribe, do share, do hit the like button and the bell icon so that you get notified whenever there is a video upload from us. Thank you so much and have some amazing time ahead. Bye-bye.